Welcome, I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel. Today we'll talk about the astrology of the first week of June 2025. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all of my patrons. I appreciate all of your support. If you would like to become a patron and at the highest tier get access to my monthly Magical Elections ebook, which teaches you how and when to make astrological talismans, go to patreon.com/Nina Gryphon. You will also get early access to all of these forecasts. June 4th, Venus at 28 Aries will sextile Jupiter in Gemini. Now this is a glittering and friendly connection between the two benefic planets. They are both debilitated, which can indicate a moment of great promise that needs additional grounding and solidity to persist. There is hope that this will happen, which I'll explain shortly. The connection of Aries and Gemini calls to mind the ancient Greek tale of the Golden Fleece, in which King Athamas of Orchomenes decided to sacrifice his two children, Phrixus and Helle, to Zeus, but Zeus sent down a ram with a golden fleece which carried them off, saving them from the sacrifice. Helle fell into the sea and drowned, but her brother arrived at the court of King Aeetes, who received him and gave him the hand of his daughter Chalciope in marriage. Phrixus sacrificed the ram to Ares and presented the fleece to the king. Aeetes dedicated the fleece to Ares and hung it up in an oak tree in a grove sacred to the god. This was the golden fleece that was later sought by Jason and the Argonauts. Notice the story's connection of a pair of people with the ram as a divinely sent savior. The importance of the human couple is quite key. In Vedic astrology, Gemini are the couple in physical union. In the Greek myth, the pair start off as siblings, but the death of Helle enables a replacement with another woman, the princess who is then married to Phrixus, enabling the consummation of the Gemini relationship. So the combination of planets in these signs thus evokes divine protection and fertility. It's important that Venus and Jupiter are about to move into signs of great dignity, Venus into her domicile Taurus, and Jupiter into his exaltation in Cancer. The sextile is therefore especially meaningful and magical, suggesting divine intervention and inspiration that solidifies into tangible blessings. June 5th, Mercury at 23 Gemini sextiles Mars in Leo. This is another profound sextile, this time between Gemini and Leo. To continue the myth of the Golden Fleece, this would be Phrixus sacrificing the ram to the god of war Ares and hanging the fleece up in the sacred oak grove. This myth brings into focus the relationship of Ares, the god, and Ares, the ram. The recognition of this divine moment requires us to acknowledge that whatever is coming through now is sacred, it's coming to us from the gods, and once we have experienced its blessings, thanks must be given and in some form released back into the world. Just as Phrixus put the golden fleece in a sacred grove, the right move is not to hoard divine favor for ourselves. This is actually the highest role of Mercury in Gemini. It represents the faculty of intellect and discernment, which guides us away from purely material or selfish considerations and toward partnership with the divine. June 5th, Venus enters Taurus. Now, Venus has spent a great deal of time in Aries this year, and she now passes into Taurus, her domicile, a far more demure inward placement for the goddess of love. In Aries, Venus displays her charms boldly and openly, while in Taurus, she entices us more quietly and discreetly. For those who identify with Venus, whether because they are artists or her spiritual devotees, or because she is our ruler of the year in the profected chart, we can now expect an energetic change, a slower burn but no less powerful for that. In a fixed sign, Venus stays much more focused and does not deviate from her mission of love, sex, and beauty. June 6th, we have our Mercury evening rise at 24 Gemini. Now, Mercury rises out of the sun's beams at this time. He becomes visible after traveling near the sun for a while. This is a moment called phasis, or an appearance in Greek, and is a moment of great empowerment for any planet. It's like the star of the show coming onto the stage to applause after waiting in the wings and letting the excitement build. Especially when it happens in a sign of dignity, as for Mercury in Gemini, this is a moment of great power for a planet. I used it for one of June's magical elections, as phasis tends to result in very powerful and useful talismans. This whole week of June, I hope you'll agree, is particularly magical and seemingly touched with the hand of the gods in a special and uncommon way. Thanks for watching. I'm Nina Gryphon, and this is the Astrology and Magic channel.